The issue of surveillance cameras indeed falls within the realm of private life and is subject to the protection of personal data, a matter addressed by Law Number 8 September. However, when it comes to the installation of cameras today, it is often done in the absence of a clear legal framework regulating this practice. As of now, there appears to be no draft legislation under discussion that specifically addresses the placement of cameras in public spaces, workplaces, homes, neighborhoods, streets, shops, shopping centers, or modes of transportation such as cars, buses, trains, and airplanes. This matter urgently calls for clear legislation, as it directly impacts individuals' private lives. Moreover, the presence of surveillance cameras in public areas raises concerns about the extent to which constitutional rights are respected, as seen in previous experiences in countries like France and Germany. For instance, this is why it is recommended not to record the driver during a traffic violation, and to instead capture only the vehicle's license plate, since filming the driver could infringe upon their privacy, especially given that the law holds the individual responsible for the offense, not the vehicle itself.
The question at hand is, does the law currently prohibit an individual from installing a camera at the entrance of their home, the building's entrance, if they represent the homeowners association, or even at the entrance of their company headquarters? The answer is no, provided that the location is not exclusively private to a single individual. If the area is accessed by multiple people, such as visitors, workers, residents, etc., the owner or the responsible party has the right to install a camera for security purposes. However, placing a camera in front of someone else's door or inside their private office without consent is strictly prohibited, as it constitutes an infringement on their privacy. For example, if I have a private, closed office that no one else enters, no one is allowed to install a camera inside it. On the other hand, if the space is shared and accessed by colleagues, guests, interns, or even cleaning staff, then installing a camera may be permitted to ensure everyone's safety. The same applies to vehicles. A front or rear camera may be installed to protect the vehicle and document incidents, but the use of such recordings is governed by law. Captured images or videos may only be used in legal proceedings and are strictly prohibited from being published or shared with third parties, especially if they contain identifiable individuals or personal data. In public spaces, such as streets, individuals have the right to take photographs or record videos. The law does not prohibit capturing images or footage in public areas. However, if a photo is taken, it may not be published or shared without prior consent, especially if it contains personal information. In contrast, in private spaces such as homes, offices, or private cafes, even capturing an image without explicit permission is strictly prohibited. Therefore, a homeowners association representative or a company owner is permitted to install surveillance cameras in shared spaces. However, the use of the recordings must not infringe upon individuals' private lives, and such footage may only be shared if requested by the competent judicial authorities. Until clear legal provisions are enacted to regulate this matter, it remains essential to maintain a careful balance between protecting property and safeguarding individual privacy.